The lifestyle of giraffes is fascinating and shaped by their unique physiology and natural habitat. Here are key aspects of their lifestyle. Physical characteristics. 1. Height. Giraffes are the tallest land animals, with males reaching up to 18 feet and females up to 14 feet. 2. Neck. Their long necks have the same number of vertebrae as most mammals, 7, but the vertebrae are much larger. 3. Legs. Long, powerful legs enable them to run up to 35 pitch over short distances. 4. Tongue. Their prehensile tongues can reach about 18 inches, useful for grasping leaves and twigs. Habitat. 1. Geographic range. Giraffes inhabit various parts of sub-Saharan Africa, mainly in savannas, grasslands, and open woodlands. 2. Environment. They prefer areas with plenty of acacia trees, which are their primary food source. Diet. 1. Feeding habits. Giraffes are herbivores, primarily feeding on leaves, flowers, fruits, and twigs of trees and shrubs. 2. Diet. They favor acacia leaves, which are rich in water and nutrients. 2. Their height allows them to access food sources that other herbivores cannot reach. 3. Eating pattern. Giraffes spend most of the day, 16-20 hours, feeding and can consume up to 75 pounds of vegetation daily. Social structure. 1. Herds. Giraffes are social animals, often found in loose, open herds of varying sizes. 1. These herds are typically composed of females and their offspring, while males may form bachelor groups or be solitary. 2. Interactions. Social interactions include necking, a form of combat between males, grooming, and play among calves. Reproduction. 1. Breeding. Giraffes do not have a specific breeding season. 1. Females typically give birth every 20-30 months after a gestation period of about 15 months. 2. Calving. Calves are born standing up, and within a few hours they can stand and run. 2. They are weaned after 6-12 months, but remain with their mothers for longer. Behavior. 1. Daily routine. Giraffes are diurnal, meaning they are active during the day. 1. They spend their time feeding, resting, and moving to new feeding areas. 2. Sleeping habits. They sleep standing up or lying down, typically for short periods, minutes at a time, accumulating around 4.6 hours of sleep per day. Communication. 1. Vocalizations. Giraffes are generally quiet but can produce sounds like grunts, snorts, hisses, and moos, especially in social interactions or when threatened. 2. Non-verbal communication. They use body language, such as neck movements and posturing, to communicate with one another. Predation and defense. 1. Predators. Main predators include lions, hyenas, and leopards, primarily targeting calves. 2. Defense mechanisms. Adult giraffes defend themselves with powerful kicks that can be lethal to predators. 2. They also rely on their height and excellent vision to spot predators from a distance. Conservation status. 1. Threats. Giraffes face threats from habitat loss, poaching, and human-wildlife conflict. 2. Conservation. Efforts. Various conservation programs and protected areas aim to preserve giraffe populations and their habitats. Giraffes lead a unique lifestyle adapted to their towering height and specialized diet. Their social structures, behaviors, and adaptations make them one of the most fascinating animals in the animal kingdom. Conservation efforts are essential to ensure their survival in the wild. Giraffes, the tallest land animals, are iconic creatures known for their long necks and unique spotted coats. While they are native to Africa, their influence and fascination extend globally. Here's an overview of giraffes around the world. Native habitat. Geographic range. 1. Sub-Saharan Africa. Giraffes are found in various countries, primarily in savannas, grasslands, and open woodlands. Subspecies. 1. There are several subspecies of giraffes, each with distinct patterns and distributions. 1. These include the Maasai giraffe, reticulated giraffe, Rothschild's giraffe, South African giraffe, and others. Conservation status. 1. Giraffe populations are declining due to habitat loss, poaching, and human-wildlife conflict. 1. Conservation efforts are critical to their survival. Global influence. Zoos and wildlife parks. 1. Education and conservation. Giraffes are a major attraction in zoos worldwide, where they play a key role in education and conservation efforts. 2. Breeding programs. Many zoos participate in breeding programs to help maintain genetic diversity and support conservation initiatives. Cultural impact. 1. Media and literature. Giraffes are popular in children's books, films, and TV shows, e.g., Madagascar series, The Lion King. 2. Art and symbolism. They appear in various forms of art, from traditional African crafts to modern designs, symbolizing grace and uniqueness. Scientific research. 1. Behavior and physiology. Researchers study giraffes to understand their unique anatomy, particularly their cardiovascular systems that support their long necks. 2. Ecological impact. Studies focus on their role in ecosystems, such as their browsing habits that influence plant growth and interactions with other species. 1. Groups like the Giraffe Conservation Foundation and World Wildlife Fund work globally to protect giraffes through research, habitat preservation, and anti-poaching initiatives. 1. Efforts in African countries include community-based conservation projects that involve local populations in protecting giraffes and their habitats. 1. National parks and reserves across Africa, such as the Serengeti in Tanzania and Kruger National Park in South Africa, provide protected habitats for giraffes. 1. Expansion of agricultural land, urban development, and deforestation reduce available habitat for giraffes. 2. Giraffes are hunted for their meat, hide, and tails, leading to significant population declines. 3. Changes in climate affect the availability of food and water resources, impacting giraffe populations. Giraffes are not only a key part of African wildlife, but also a symbol of biodiversity and conservation efforts worldwide. Through international cooperation, research, and public education, efforts continue to ensure these majestic animals thrive for generations to come.